Hello.
Hey y'all.
I kind of lost everything then. I don't know what the fucking hell was going on. Hello, everybody. Mel, Moran. I couldn't think of your name then. Sandra, as your deck come. Everybody else who's here as well. How lovely to see you all. And of course, you, my dear friend Levi.
You are such a stupid bitch.
Why's that then?
Well, like I'm supposed to be the one who knows all about the fancy countdowns and shit, and I don't, and you never told me how to do that, so you're gonna have to teach
Well,
me.
I've only just found out.
From whom?
It just if you go onto banners on the side of your StreamYard, that's how you find it. So while I've been waiting for you for 10 minutes, I've actually been doing some hunting. Hello, Coyote the Grey.
I was a
I'm,
bit late.
I know, I noticed, but we'll let you off. Right, okay. So tonight we're going to do something different. We're going to bore you all now with You didn't see a fancy countdown. I don't know what's going on. The see, I'm a load of shit. I'll have to ask somebody how to do it. Right. Tonight we're going to concentrate on us. Right. Us meaning not me and Levi. Us meaning Europe. Um, East,
Yes.
Eastern and Western Europe. And the continent as well. Because we're going to be talking about IMA. We're going to be talking about some divination systems that are completely overlooked.
Daddy Martin is going to give y'all a class on
Yay!
actual divination,
And I'm glad
fortune telling shit.
Moran's here because Moran happens to be French. If you don't know, and my French is worse than shit. So apart from the obvious like Lenormand and Keeper cards, there is some little hidden nuggets. And I've got some really strange decks to show you tonight. Actually, three. Um,
Ooh.
which I have never seen anywhere at all. One of them may be. But like we're going to be talking, we're not going to be talking, we're just going to be showing some decks that, a lot of people in Italy, Spain use them. Some people, some originated like in Eastern Europe, and Hungary and places like that. And it said that they get overlooked. So is Ivanyo, so we're actually going to give them some love tonight. Because we wanna. So Levi, you've got it's
Well,
lovely to see you here actually, Coyote
yeah.
the Grey. We've got some. First of all, we'll start with the oldest to the newest. So I think out of all of them, maybe it's either the Berlin or the Lenormand, which is the oldest. There's
Yeah.
my copy of the Berlin, and this is an incredibly, fantastically accurate system. Okay, the artwork is a bit fugly, right? Because it's just very kind of naive and childlike, no, awards for Procreate on this one, love.
It was
Um,
never really. This was never really meant to be published. It was the author's personal fortune
that's
telling.
right, yeah. Well, you've got the planets on here as well, and you've got all sorts of weird, wonderful curiosities. And if anybody would like to purchase it, I highly recommend this book in English, which
I
is
need
the
to get that.
you can get, by Sylvia Steinbeck, who did the Lenormand book as well. And it is a fantastic divinatory, oh yeah, whatever system,
Divinatory.
divinatory. To kind of like have I asked you that once, Sandra? I'm a shit show. I am today. Did you deck come? I can't remember. Right, okay. So this is the Berlin, and it was published in France. It's
So
still a
tell us more about it because
well, it was well, it was
I got
you've
this.
got the newer version, ain't you? Which is a kind of a polished up version. This was like in the 1800s, and this version was published in the 1960s. Not this particular one. I mean, it was available from the 60s. And it's a divination system like no other. It relies on the planets as well, and it's very kind of there is a lot of negative cards in here, which we all love a bit of negativity. The titles at the side are in French, but that's no big deal if you've got like a French friend or an English translator.
Yeah.
But some of them anyway, you can see what they mean anyway, because the symbols like pyramids and telescopes and gates. So it is very, very simple to use, and believe me, this gives the most amazing readings ever.
I was wondering, Martin, does this have like, because I have, so I have the newer version, which is a bit cheaper actually than the
Yeah.
original. This is the Oracle Boolean Revisited or Revisité en français.
So has that
And
got the same keywords on as this then? Say find for me then, find card 16 out that deck.
okay, let me quickly.
Or whichever card you've got to hand.
I have 52.
Card 52. Okay. And what does it say on it?
Le cloître,
Which means what?
the cloister.
Yeah, yeah. The cloister, which is what I've just shown on there. Look.
It's, from what I've seen, this is completely the same
Yeah,
as.
so it's exactly the same keywords. Yeah, which is brilliant. Hi Miranda. That's brilliant then. So I might actually get that cheaper deck 'cause it's only like 11 quid in it.
Well, yeah, maybe a bit cheaper for you, but it was like it's regular Oracle deck price, so it's pretty affordable.
Yeah, I might.
Um,
It's nice. It's nice, but I don't know. There's something endearing about this old vintage artwork. That you
yes,
know what I mean. This is what like kind of drew me to it in the first place.
and this is very modern. It's kind of reminiscent of Jenna della Gratolia's earlier
I was
artwork.
just gonna say it looks like a Colette Baron Reed deck.
Yeah, very that. So, but it's fun, it's cute, and there's one really fugly card in here though that I don't like. The ruins, the tower wasn't photoshopped that well, so that looks kind of wonky. But the rest is really pretty. So yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of nice. I might go it as a backup. But you
it
do
really
actually need
symbols
this.
really speak for themselves, honestly.
Yeah, they
Like
do. I mean, this she goes into depth with all the cards, what that could mean in any possible scenario, really. So this is good to kind of have, if you don't know anything about the Berlin Oracle. Um, but like, I mean, there is some really hidden gems about Europe. I mean, I found out about some through Simon. And obviously I've got friends in other countries as well, and the systems that they use. And like, there's a lot of people still predominantly use just Lenormand and the Kipper, and also the next ones, which is the Sibyl Oracle.
yeah,
This is brilliant. It's 52 cards. It was born in Italy. It's one of the best decks I've ever used. It's brilliant. It's great for answering any kind of question. It's a bit more like kind of like these are the lottery numbers on the bottom, by the way.
yeah,
Um, and it's a bit more like kind of like chattier than the Lenormand and the Keeper.
yeah.
This has English keywords. I know. Have you ever seen this version?
Is this a Sibylla as well?
Yeah. This is
Ooh, cool.
by Moldiano. So you've got the playing card insert on the top, along with the lottery numbers, 3 lottery numbers. And then you have at the side, you have the English keyword and other. So you've got clergyman there. So it tells you what cards are what in this deck. So you got wedding on that one as well.
That
So it's
looks that actually looks pretty cool, Martin.
a nice one. This one is. I like the backs as well. This is published by Cartamundo, I think. Is it? No, made in Italy. Cartamanzia. Lanu Cartomancia. So I don't know whether Simon got me there actually. But these are really, really lovely. And if you're basically learning the Sibyl Oracle, these are good to start with because they have got the keyword in English at the side.
Los Scarabeo are coming out with a really neat Italian Sibylla deck now. That's a reproduction of a very old one that's really gorgeous. I love that one.
Los Scarabeo with their historical decks that they're second to none really because they're Italian, aren't they? So hi Alex. The
You know
lovely
what I find really funny, Martin, about the Sibylla, the Lenormand, the Belen, the Kipper? They're all very different, yet also very similar. If
You
you know
know,
what
you know what I think what it is as well, when you look at the cards and when you look at the whole system of all of them, there's so much integrity that I've noticed about the whole decks. And it's strange because even though after like so many hundreds of years, they're still used now extensively in some countries. And I find that really endearing to find that they ain't got lost, and the tradition is still kept very much alive. And that's why.
I feel like Lenormand and Beline are kind of similar, and then I feel Kipper and Sibylla are a little bit more similar because they
They
are
are.
a bit more peoply and a bit more chatty.
Have you got that? You ain't got that, have you?
The Gypsy Oracle cards, I almost got. Which ones are these? Can you show them to me?
These are the Sibylla della Zingara. So this one's the Gypsy Oracle cards,
Yeah, I
right?
don't have that.
Now this one has like 4 languages on here as well, but the English is on the top there. So you've got haughtiness on the top of there, and then you've got old woman there, merchant. So these are really easy to read, and I actually love the black borders all the way around these as well.
Yeah,
Um, so these are really nice. I mean, these have been used a lot, as you can see, because I'm a bit grubby. I used to use these all the time when I used to do readings when I really went off tarot. But like, I mean, I think it's because I'm European as well, and we've got so much like history, all over the continent, and I love it.
well, we have mentioned this before, but all the decks that we are talking about today are all very much fortune telling decks.
Yeah,
Um, Lenormand, Kipper, Gypsy cards, Sibylla cards, Beline aren't necessarily about, are not at all about doing some self reflection and self love. No, it's going to tell you what your future is.
they're
The end.
very literal. They're very in your face. No bullshit with them. They're not to be used as a psychological tool. They're to be used to predict as a predictive tool. Right,
Yeah.
go to the grey. I have a Sibylla deck, but I haven't been able to get into it. I think this particular despair kind of turns me off. And reversal system, good cards become bad and bad cards become worse. I love it. And it depends where you're getting your information from anyway. There is kind of like an overtly negative slant on a lot of the Sibylla cards. So I don't know. The widower card doesn't mean that you're going to be a widow, and you need to look into it a little bit more. There's some really good resources online as well. If what's the name?
Yeah.
Sea Queen, something. Yolanda Sea Queen, something. She's had a website running for years, and it's absolutely brilliant.
Oh,
And
isn't she the one that also does that also has this fabulous page on Kipper?
yeah,
Let me
that's the one. Yeah, yeah, that's the one,
see
Levi.
if
Levi. Yeah.
that's the one because I have it in my. Uh, oh no, this is not the one I was talking about. Sorry,
She
but
has got pages and pages on Kipper, Sibylla, Lenormand, Madam Sea Queen, something. Anyway, right, let's talk about something that I never see in the English, England, or anywhere but France. And this is the Oracle G. No, it's not. It's the Oracle de la Triade. Uh, the other one's the Oracle J. This is absolutely amazing. Um, you could use this as a completely standalone deck by itself without tarot, without oracle. It is the most intense deck I've ever used in my life. It's amazing. Again, I love the artwork on this, but a lot of people don't like the artwork because it's full of symbols.
it's pretty cute actually.
Well, and there's all sorts of kind of script going on as well that
The
you can.
French is pretty easy on this one actually.
It is, yeah. You got it, Mel. I absolutely love it. I've got like instructions in English. Because sadly, again, the English literature on the deck is very, very limited. You know what I mean? Um, but it's really, really good deck. So I would also recommend that one as well if you want to do something different than tarot and your bog standard.
That blue card is everything.
Oh no, it is. If you want to do something than your standard day house bullshit, and your tarot, this is the one to get. It's fabulous. It really is.
Yes. Oh, the wise one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, brilliant. And that one is just a dot on a black card.
Nader. Yeah.
Yeah, so highly, 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 highly recommended. I've got the little guidebook mail that come with the deck that you turn it upside down and half of it's in English and the other half's in French. But I've got some extensive stuff offline as well, which like kind of like deepens the meaning of the cards. So that is a fab one, and I can't wait to show you these hidden gems.
Well, one that isn't necessarily a hidden gem, but you always kind of pretend like lots of people know about this and like this, but it's not that popular, is the Kipper.
It is popular, but not like as popular as everything else. I love the keeper, but only that German deck, only that one.
I like this the most, and then I do have the Rainbow Kipper, which I never really use. I like this the most. There is, however, a newer one coming out by Ciolo Thompson, which has all these like mermaid vibes to it, which could be cute if it gets released mass market, but I won't pay an indie price for that because this is basically all you need. It's very peoply. It's very much about you and the other people around you in your life. It's kind of a mixture of Lenormand and Sibylla and Beline.
See that one, Levi, because I love that one so much. The images of that keeper deck am kind of implanted in my psyche. So when I see another one, if the directions of the cards aren't facing the same way, I can't use it.
You know, once again, I'm probably going to get that new Kipper that we were talking about by Ciolo Thompson. It's called the Seaborn Kipper, but what I already like don't like is that, for example, this is the rich girl card, Reiches Mädchen, and then in their new deck they call it the playful one, and then in between brackets they call it rich girl, and I'm like, no, 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 don't change the titles to be woke.
Oh God, then giving her that gender bullshit again in a deck.
This is the rich girl, and she is what she
She's
is.
a girl, for fuck's sake, she's a rich girl. Leave it as the rich girl. Don't change the gender of the bloody keeper cards. We've had enough of the tarot. So yeah, just leave it the way it is. Leave our tradition alone. Fuck off. It's
Yeah,
just one of
yeah,
them.
yeah.
Right, okay. Now, please, because I'm so excited because you haven't seen these.
Okay.
Depending on depending on how old people are in this chat, right? Now, this is a real hidden gem, and this is a British creation, and they're called Ian Messiter's fortune cards.
Okay.
These, Ian Messiter used to be on a radio show back in the 60s, and then he done panel shows as well in the 70s. And so these, along with the dice and the fortune telling cup, are the coolest thing ever, right? So let me show you what you get in this box. You get the
Okay.
instructions. Well, the cards, right? So how it works, you've got like a lightning symbol and then a bat.
I've seen these before.
Seen these. So depending, right, on now let me just give you a message. So I'll pull two cards. Now you'll see exactly what I mean. Right, so I'm going to pull one card, which is the upturned scarab beetle. And then the second card is the lightning. So we've got upturned scarab beetle and lightning. So all you got to do is find the red cards on the list. The blue symbols, the red. So you've got beetle. Right. The beetle heads up means you expect a surprise invitation, along with the lightning means sudden action on your part to advantage if it appears on the right hand pile. So basically,
It did appear on the right hand.
it did, yeah. So you're gonna have to make a quick snap decision about this, like kind of like invitation you're gonna be getting within the next few days, up to a week or so. So you can see where these are going. These
Yeah.
are very fortune telly as well, and you've got things like a glass and a skull, and a cat and a ladder. These, I don't think these images are even copyrighted.
No.
These would be so cool to have reprinted along with the instructions because they would actually be a really good workable deck. I have
Yeah.
got the dice as well. And I think they're from there used to be a magazine, a little magazine called Old Moore's Almanac in the UK. And if you went to the back of Old Moore's Almanac, it was full of advertisements. And for about £1.50, you could send off your postage and your packing in an envelope, and you get one of these dropped through the post. These are years and years and years old. These was my dad's,
I
right?
love that.
So,
I love that.
as you can see, it's always been in kind of the family. These is my dad's, and I have something to show you as well, which was my nan's.
Ah,
Um, So yeah, these you sometimes you can get these off eBay. Not very often, but like I mean, yeah, they're lovely.
Yeah, they really are. I love that. What did you get from your nans?
Okay, these are the original Romany fortune telling cards.
Ooh.
These are battered. These came. The Thomas Lang was a Rider Waite version as well, which came free on the Woman's Weekly magazine every week.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. You had to like tear the cards apart, right?
I don't know how you did it, but these obviously come the same way. Now you can see these was from the 1930s, I should say, 20s, 30s, seeing as that was my nan's. Um, these are absolutely filthy, right?
Yeah.
And these are just the coolest thing ever, right? And I've even got the instructions still in the pack. And now, how you use these, it's a standard playing card deck, but on the top, there's a little message. So
Uh-huh.
you've got a long journey is predicted for you.
That's
So
really cool.
they've got this. Oh, they smell really old. So let me pull you a card, right? So on this one, your message is a quarrel with a friend about a man, Levi.
Hmm. Hmm. I mean, might happen. I don't know. Hmm.
Quarrel with a friend about a man, and the second card is new friends and good friends coming into your life.
Okay, so out with the old. Fuck
Out
that.
with the old, fuck off, in with the new.
Very
Welcome.
good.
Right, so that's your predictive messages for the week. My nan was filthy, Mel. Right, there you go. So that's a really cool old deck as well. You can sometimes pick these up on eBay as well.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? Um, so I have shown that deck on here already, of course. Um, that Madame Dolores fortune telling deck. So because that works kind of similar, I did. Oh, the screen is too bright. I gotta turn down the brightness a little bit so it will show. So what I did was I traced all the illustrations, the original illustrations in Procreate, even that fucking ornate
How
border.
long did that one card take you to do?
How do you do what?
How long did it take you to do that?
Let's see. This card took me. I can actually do a time lapse replay where you can see me tracing the the
They're
card.
so cool, Levi. I absolutely love them.
I didn't take. They didn't take that long. This one took me about, I'd say, 20 to 25 minutes to do. The border took the longest. That
Yeah,
took
yeah,
like hours because it's so ornate. 25 minutes. But what I did was, so I did the illustrations and shit, but then I had to translate all the messages from French to English. And then also sometimes cross reference with the Dutch because French and English sometimes don't match. But this is kind of similar. So you have messages up top and at the
yeah.
bottom you pull three cards. This one's in the middle, and depending on the suit that the cards laying next to it belong to, you get a message from the top depending on that suit, and from the bottom depending on the suit of the other card. So this is all pre-printed messages, and I actually am expecting the test print to come in soon. So
Oh, cool, cool, cool. I've just been thinking. I thought, well, I wonder how many marriages my nan broke up with these cards. You know what I
so
mean? With the friends round the table, all gossiping about the neighbours. You can imagine it, can't you? Oh, I was having an affair at number 12. You know,
yes, definitely. But you know, like once again, there is a lot of doom and gloom in these cards, but
fabulous.
also with translating this deck, those are frankly the questions that a lot of people used to come for and still come for. Is there gonna be a new love in my life? Is somebody talking about me? Am I going to go on a holiday this year? What's it gonna be like?
Yeah,
But
all mundane stuff. So I'm going to ask a question of these now, and I'm going to ask like, am I moving back to Wales?
hmm,
What's the options about moving back to Wales? Okay, so I've got oh, that's about right. Worry and bad news, but do not lose heart. Ace of Spades.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair
so
enough.
that's the fucking no then. For now.
I actually brought some pretty cool. I don't have that many, but I do have a couple. Some cool Lenormand decks. There's not much point in collecting Lenormand decks because they're all the same.
No, they're all the bloody same. I mean, how much you can say that about tarot, really?
To be quite honest, tarot is kind of the same, but who cares? But this one is my absolute favorite, the Enchanted Woods Deluxe Great Petit
It's
Lenormand.
been there on your feed for about 18 months.
Exactly. It's been a while. I actually did a couple of Norman readings for myself today because I wanted to get back into it. This is by the creator from the Hardy Tarot.
Yeah, it's
And
gorgeous.
it's gorgeous, stunning, fabulous, very retro looking, very 70s looking. This kind of looks like it could have been in one of those magazines your nan used to have as well, but it's a really, really cute deck. Unfortunately, it's very, very much out of print, but I do like this
I like
a
the
lot.
retro font on the bottom.
I know, right? I often, Lenormand does make me feel insecure because I don't like doing grand tableaus, but I decided to fuck that and I can read Lenormand just fine with like a nice row of cards,
I never do no more than 9.
Exactly, like a box of 9,
Yeah,
right?
I never
Yeah.
do grand tableaus. Look, we've got a really cool deck now.
L'Oracle.
It's a stimulating, and completely new and unique concept. It is quite unlike anything else. It draws on ancient traditions and magical symbolism. Right, ask it for personal relationships, career and finance, mental and physical health, home and family matters. And it was published in France it was published in London in 1988.
Yeah, that looks really cool actually.
It's a double deck.
It's a double deck.
Double fucking deck, right?
A double
So
deck.
double deck, bitch. Right, so you've got these kind of symbols on here.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah. So basically, you just similar to that Ian Messier one, you just shuffle the card and shuffle the pack, obviously without looking at it, and then you pull a card, and then you just get the message. So we have got moon, crescent moon waxing. So this would be great for TikTok or the TV. So you could just pretend you was looking at the camera. Working towards something is a process of growth, just as man himself grows through his years of experience. In relation to your question, you need to anticipate further growth. So basically, you can get the gist of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cute. That's really usable and fun.
it is. Yeah, phoenix rising from the ashes, erect. I mean, come on, look at that erect umbrella.
Erect umbrella.
I've never known an umbrella be called erect before. Right, an erect umbrella.
Speaking of fortune telling, I literally just turned my phone to silent because I was like, my mom is probably gonna call me.
And she has.
She is calling me right now.
There
Sorry,
you
mom.
go. There you go. Put her on mute. Mute the
Yeah.
mommy. So yeah, this is I've had this since the 80s, obviously. But it's one I've never reached for because I've always hated double decks. But I am kind of falling in love with them now. Because I have
Yeah.
got people.
When Martin talks about double decks, you guys, he talks about decks that have a picture on the front and a message on the back.
Yeah, but it's kind of nice really because I have got the ones from Linda, the red seeds, and they've kind of pulled at my heartstrings, love. So
Well, but with this one, like these symbols really speak for themselves already. You don't
yeah,
really
it's all based on symbolism in it. So like the erect umbrella, by the way, meant temporary problems like a shower. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
yeah.
So
So that
you could probably do without the text on the back, but
yeah, it's good learning tool though if you want to get into something.
you,
Then
you know
can I
what's
share?
actually really cool? What I just thought about, Martin, that
Yeah,
remember that white fox oracle? I forgot to bring it from upstairs.
yeah, I love
But
that.
that's also very French and very akin to all these decks,
Yeah,
symbols,
that
symbols.
divination system. Mel, you know what? She is the best, and she is such an awesome woman. I absolutely adore her. And that's Linda I'm talking about from Red Seeds, by the way. Now, this is a system that was born in the 80s in the UK. and it is quite a phenomenal system. It gets to the heart of the matter of a question, gets you thinking, and these are the psi cards.
Oh yeah, an
The
oldie but a goodie.
oldie but a goodie. You've even got a yes and no card in here. You can pick up these super cheap. They're all based on archetypes, really, so they're really easy to use. There's a lovely little guidebook which I've got that comes with them as well. And the guidebook's very, very good. So these are good to use for deep pressing questions. How many cards am in here? 40? Yes, 40. These are good to use for deep pressing questions. They're ever so good. I've used these for years. This isn't my original deck. My original deck's all dog eared. This is another print I've got of it. Hi Stu. But yeah, this is everybody's Mel, I suppose. And B, I suppose you've seen this around in Sandra.
I have it.
Yeah, that
You
you've got
gifted it
it.
to
I
me.
sent you a copy of it, didn't I? It is a really cool little deck as well. So that's an oldie but a goodie.
I have a pretty cool one as well.
Oh, I couldn't find mine, Levi. I'm glad you found that.
These are the Faux cards of destiny, and this is very much a very general, basic deck of playing cards, but they're absolutely stunning, and they're German playing cards, so or European or whatever. So they
Oh,
have
yeah.
hi Lennox. So you have the ivy leaves, you have the acorns, you have the bells, and you have the hearts, of course. So the symbols have changed a little bit, and I'm not an expert on these at all, but the paintings on them are just stunning. They're really,
Yeah.
really cool. They're really nice, really neat, and the back design is also very luscious. So those are really cool, and they also come with a little white book that explains the meanings of the cards, and it's also
Lovely deck.
it's really good. It's a good
Isn't
deck.
that based on the old SCAT system,
Yes, scat love, scat.
which has obviously had a different kind of meaning back in the day than it did,
I'm
doesn't
so into scat lately.
it? let's get more SCAT cards out.
I'm definitely going to Google everything about scat later.
I've
Said
lost.
no one ever.
Yeah, said no one ever. Right, this deck. This is another deck which is French, and this is another little fabulous one. Now the illustrations are very childlike as well. But this is another one that's fucking amazing.
What is it?
Oracle G,
Oracle G, the Oracle Gay.
the
Yeah.
Oracle Guy. Right, so this is like basically, as you can see, um, self-explanatory on some cards with money and spiders and dollies.
A weird doll in it without a face in a dress.
And this is the right side and the reverse side as well. So you got roses, rosebuds, elf, a bat, and this is a really popular system as well in France.
Yeah, it's a classic.
If you type this in on Instagram, everybody who reads it's French. So yeah, it's brilliant. I've also got the instructions for these are the seasons, by the way, guys. I've also oh yeah, Miranda is very used in France. A bit like you, love. It's coming back a lot now though, lately on this one.
Also, you yeah.
Also you.
Used in France a lot,
England
and
a lot.
coming
So this is really cool. So this is another, I think this is about 20 quid off Amazon. But if you can know somebody in France, I can probably pick it you up right really, really cheap.
yeah.
That fabulous.
There's actually a lot of like really cool newer French divination decks that are
The
like being published.
French know how to make a good Oracle deck.
Yeah.
They really do. The systems, I love this kind of simplicity, and
That Persian tarot deck is also from France.
that's the French one in it, you know. Yeah, Miranda says it's busted. We know, darling. You ain't got to tell us. So yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it's right.
He's busted, all right. Like
The size of the deck, Alex, is hang on. This is a standard size tarot card, so it's basically the same, but a slightly slimmer.
Yeah, it's slimmer.
Ever
Yeah.
so slightly. By the way, hang on, before I carry on talking bullshit, right? I want to say Alex is here, the creator of the Pastel Magic Tarot. No, she's not. The creator of Alex is called Pastel Magic on Instagram. Alex is the creator of the Seeking Soul Tarot. This is really, I don't know why it hasn't got funded already over on Kickstarter. I can't
Yeah.
understand. I think it's because all the reach and everything is down on Instagram. People are not seeing posts. So obviously, if you can't see them, you can't see what people are creating. And so this is Alex's deck, by the way, on Kickstarter. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm so fond of it because Alex is absolutely adorable. If you check out, if you're on Instagram, check out Alex's live video. She did it by herself last night, and I was super proud of her for doing it. So yeah, this is Alex's deck. If you go onto my Instagram or Alex's Instagram, you'll find all the relevant links. I do not know how to put links up on here at the minute. So sorry. But yeah, you can find this via Alex Pastel Magic over on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
So I thought I'd show that because I think there's about 13 days left on the Kickstarter, something like that.
It's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. I have something really stunning to show as well. This is another Lenormand deck, so it's not that special, but I do want to show it. It's the Magpies Lenormand. This was recently back on Kickstarter.
Who's done that one, Levi?
Huh?
Who done that one?
Rosen illustration. Yeah, Rosen illustration, and it's really pretty. It's very
Oh, I love that.
you know that one, and there's a
No,
light
no,
for
you told me that, didn't you? When it come, it's lovely.
there's a she when she put this back on Kickstarter, you could choose between the dark version or a new lighter version, which is like baby pink and pastel, which is also pretty cool.
That's really nice.
Yeah, but like I said, Lenormand is Lenormand, so I don't need 20,000 Lenormand decks.
No, I got rid of about 40. I've probably got about 10 left now.
The Lenormand deck isn't gonna like I do get, but even with tarot, I'm kind of like, I don't really read that differently deck to deck. But hey, whatever floats your boat. But with tarot, I can kind of get how different imagery can influence the way you read the card. But with
So do I.
Lenormand,
Yeah,
with Lenormand, it shouldn't be the case. It should be the same always, all the time.
yeah. But it is because I was talking to Alex on a live last night, and it's funny you saying that because I said, the color scheme of a deck can completely influence the whole vibe of a reading. If you pull out a dark deck, for instance, with occult imagery on it and stuff like that, your natural kind of instinct looks at the darkness straight away, looks at the shadow straight away. Whereas something like Alex's deck, where it's got the pastel colors, and the muted colors, you could kind of like it's like a soothing color palette. So your reading's going to be quite kind of gentle and a bit self-care orientated. And I
Yeah.
have noticed that since only the past couple of years, the way that different decks influence your mood. And I always thought it was a crock of shit. But it really isn't because
It really isn't. I mean, but to be quite honest, with Lenormand, it is a crock of shit.
it is, yeah, yeah. Because
I'm gonna say something really controversial now. I feel like a lot of indie Lenormand creators. Okay, people are gonna hate me for this, but whatever. I
I
feel
know
like
what you're going to say. I know what you're going to
a
say.
lot of Lenormand creators only do it because it's less work than doing 78 tarot
Yeah.
illustrations.
And another thing, and this is going to be a really unpopular opinion as well. I don't want to offend anyone. But the Lenormand is the Lenormand. I don't see the need personally for added extra cards. The male and the female cards are there for a reason, and I'm sorry. I'm not being phobic in any way, shape, or form at all. I'm just saying I don't see the reason for added cards.
I mean, I like that sometimes there's another man or a person card in there. But I mean, Ciro Marchetti did that with the Lenormand and the Kipper. He added like a
Yeah, these
lot.
stupid cards, like, the cage or something like that. You're thinking, why am you doing that? There's no need for it. It's just ridiculous. And Mel, you're right about the Golden Dawn. It does have a whole psychology to it. You're right.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love the color scale theory. The Golden Dawn color scale theory is so interesting. Oh, I
Yeah.
love
Yeah. But like, I mean, Vanny Rose just said, like, I agree with you. Um, the system and cards are there for a reason, and I think so. People can do what they want, but I'm saying I don't personally think there's a need for it. I suppose now with everybody out there, but like, I mean, I prefer something traditional. And I've always been a bit of a traditionalist.
it. Yeah, I mean, like, I mean, you and I are both. No, sometimes I'm just so scared to speak up about these things, but I've never been the kind of person who was like, oh, there's not like a gender neutral card in here. I'm going to throw myself in front of a train now. I've never been that person, like,
Neither have I.
but nowadays, people like to cry about everything. So,
Well, if you're looking to get offended all the time, you're going to get offended, ain't you? Simple
yeah,
as,
but
you know.
like I said before, your well-being is not the deck creator's responsibility.
Well, I was going to say that your triggers aren't my responsibility, my darling. They're yours to deal with, not mine.
Yeah, very much
This
that.
is why I could never be a deck creator, because I would fear of offending people all the time. The Hermes, no, I love the Gypsy Witch fortune card, yeah, because that's a different.
Story about that right
Yeah,
now.
I
So
love
the Gypsy Witch fortune telling cards.
I love
I'm going to give you guys a lesson. They are not necessarily a Lenormand, to be quite honest with you. They're not added cards. They're actually based on a really, really, really old. I don't have the exact one here, I don't think, but it looks kind of like this.
Hold on,
It's
let me
called
just get up.
the Adolf Engel Lenormand. That's what they are based
Is
on,
that what
and
they're
they look.
based on, Levi?
Hmm?
Is that what the Gypsy Witch are based on?
Yes, that's what the Gypsy Witch are based on. So it's not necessarily added cards. It's just a different type of Lenormand from way back when. It's actually really interesting. There's this girl on YouTube. I plug her channel all the time because she's fabulous. She's called the Divination Lady. She works with a lot of like classic decks, and she also gives you tips on where you can download all the images so you can cut them out and make homemade
Yeah,
versions.
yeah, yeah.
And she actually, I've learned so much from her because she told me about this. She was like, "Oh no, the Gypsy Witch is actually not like Lenormand with added cards, but it's actually based on a Lenormand-esque system by Adolf Engel." So that's
I've
actually
got the book. I've actually got the book. That US Games bought out last year for the Gypsy Witch. But I can't. Oh, here it is. Actually, I think.
yeah.
Hang on. Yeah, so I've got the guidebook for the Gypsy Witch. Reading fortune telling cards, and the guy who wrote is ever such a good writer. To be fair, and he tells you all sorts about the cards. He'll say something like the playing card. Obviously, the key words is kindness, naivety, and friendship on number 12. And it's really good if you love the Gypsy Witch deck. Get that. Mel says when Netflix made a series called Snowflake Mountain, basically we are all fucked. I think a lot of people live up that fucking Snowflake Mountain now.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I hate it. Can I quickly share what the Adolf Engel Lenormand looks like?
Yes, please do.
Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I'm going to share it on the screen. Let's share screen. Yeah,
How do you do that?
share screen. Yes, it's actually very easy. It's like this. So
Oh,
this is what the Adolf Engel Lenormand looks like.
oh, how cool is that?
Yeah, this is actually the video by that divination lady on YouTube. This
Right.
is
Yeah.
but it's not quite the one I showed, but this is actually what the Gypsy Witch Oracle is based on. So yeah, it's actually pretty cool. It's really neat. Sorry?
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah. So this has all the extra cards, but it's actually a really old system.
Oh, I'll have to look into that. Yeah,
Yeah.
so everything really has come from like some system or another. I have got these Coyote the Grey look. The
Oh,
Rob
the
Roy.
Hermes playing cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's Robert M. Place. I don't fuck with Robert M. Place. I don't like him.
Yeah, well, talking of which,
Sorry.
just a shameless plug it. Does anybody want to buy from me Silicon Ways decks? Available now in the UK. So you'll have the Shimmering Veil Tarot, Days of Creation, and the other one. Please DM me on Instagram. Because I'm having a huge clear out and I can't afford to give these away. So you'll have to DM me on Instagram and we'll sort out a price. So there you go. Hi guys, I'm off to work and just want to send my love to you. Hello, Karen, and it's lovely to see you on here.
Plug one more that I think is really cool.
Wow,
And
that's great.
I mean, I have showed this before, but I can't stop obsessing over it. This is the Grand Lenormand.
I'm yet to find my copy from up the loft.
This has one. Oh, whoops! I mirrored. Sorry.
Ain't it difficult to do this mirroring shit?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little tableaus of imagery in here. But the main tableau is what you can start focusing on, which is all scenes from different mythological stories. For example, oh my God, now I can't find any that I recognize instantly because I don't, let me be honest with you, I don't know how to read this yet. Oh, this is actually the story about Ganymede, the cupbearer, who had
This is why I never kind of got into it because it seemed a bit too bloody intense for me to
yeah,
get me
it
out.
is really intense, but you could just start by focusing on the mythology. There are not that many English books on this, but there is a Dutch book on it, which I am going to buy at one point. Oh yeah,
Talking
this is
of,
Hercules wrestling with the lion, so he gets that golden mane. Blah blah
so
blah.
what's the metaphor for what is the metaphor then of that card? What
Well,
does
you
it?
can then kind of think about that story and what he had to go through, blah blah blah. But there's also a really neat little white book
So
that
that's all about endurance then,
I
basically.
think so. Yeah, the Trojan horse is in here, So, but then again, if you are very much into the language of flowers, if you already know a lot about that, this is also a language of flowers deck. So all these bouquets down at the bottom have meanings as well. So you could
There was
use
actually a book written in Victorian times, The Language of Flowers, and it's
yeah.
like really out of print. You probably pick up a used one somewhere.
And then you have all these letters, so you could also use that kind of as a Ouija board. Shuffle the cards, lay down a couple, and look if you can see a word coming from the letters.
Oh,
Kind
is
of,
that how you use the letters in the corners?
yeah, that's what you use the letters for. So it's kind of and then you have your playing card insert. So it's kind of a multi-purpose deck, kind of. And you
I've got
don't have to read every little tableau on there. No.
I've got a 36 card deck that was published by Los Garibao years ago, I think. And it's called Le Grand something Le Destin. There's only 36 cards in there. They're quite big, the cards are. I should have sorted it out, shouldn't I?
Le Destin, what?
Yeah, Le Destin. Put Le Destin Oracle, Le Grand Le Destin, I
Oh,
think it's called.
Le
Um,
Destin
Le
Oracle by
Destin.
Los Scarabeo.
I'm sure it is, yeah, or one of the others.
One of the others.
Who's the others now? What's the one in Belgium called?
Cartamundi?
Could be that one.
Yeah, because it's definitely not Los Scarabeo.
I'll have to have a look and find the images later. Moran, I haven't, not for years and years and years, because yeah, I'm a kind of like, I don't know whether I believe or not. Ouija boards.
I can't find it. Sorry, Martin.
I'll have a look for it.
I'm
Also,
loving hearing.
English fights struck French. Well, you know what?
Which did we speak French?
Well, I can't speak French anyway. I can barely speak English, love. So
I
there.
can read it quite well, but speak it, no, not so
No,
much.
no, me, no, me, no, me, no, me. So have you got anything else? I haven't got anything else to show.
Um, well, of course, this little gem, which is a classic.
Is that the one I sent you, or did you buy that one?
No, this is the one you sent me, the bluebird.
Is that the one with the little verses on?
Yes. So with Lenormand, you sometimes have editions that have verses on there, which I think is really cute. So this one does have verses on it, and I don't know, I like it quite a lot. I think it's really cute,
It's
actually.
nice, isn't it? Yeah.
The rider or the cavalier, I don't know.
Didn't Donna Lee have something to do with that?
Donna Lee.
Yeah, Donna Lee Della Rose. She's a Lenormand, Donna Rose or something. She's a Lenormand reader, absolutely lovely, adorable. I'm sure she has something to do with a little guidebook or something.
I'm looking at it now. Donna Lee de la Rose,
I
yeah.
thought she did.
Yeah, but maybe US Games should stop publishing card decks that they don't know anything about, such as all the European shit.
Well, I am completely. My announcement for tonight is I am completely out of love with anything US Games Future publishes because um, they're. I'm not going into too much detail, but I am never supporting US Games or the artists again.
I mean, I'm not going to be that harsh, but yeah, I don't know. They have been making some weird choices lately,
Yeah, they have. Yeah,
such
totally.
as publishing an indie deck mass market, yet asking $45 for it.
I know that's pretty bad. That isn't it? Yeah,
And
pretty.
like I told you guys, how much it costs to print a deck, and I
Yeah,
only asked for 500 copies, let alone asking for 20,000. So they don't have to charge that at
I
all.
know. Talking of decks, I want to show something that I had to come the other day from the mail. But you know what? I can't. I don't know what I've done with it. See what I mean? I've had a deck come through the post in 2 days, and I've lost the fucker.
Of course, you always lose all your shit.
How can you lose a deck like within 48 hours or less than that? Oh, I don't know. I'll have to find it somewhere about anyway. Um, oh, what a mess. Anyway, I had that. I can't. Mel, can you tell people what it's called if you're still here? That Marseille deck, because honestly, what is wrong with me?
You're such a fucking mess, Martin. Ah,
Oh, God. Oh, you know what I'd be like on the TV? I'd just be like a piece of shit, wouldn't I?
I mean, you already kind of are.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've got my Serpent Fire deck, but I can't find the other one that I had from your mail. I don't know. Oh, that's pissed me off now. Right, so it's a Marseille kind of deck.
This one's also really cool. It's called the Eye of God.
Yeah, but can you actually get these anymore, or are they
No,
in museum?
most of these are long out of print, but then there are a lot of like online libraries that have scans, and
Yeah.
you can and it's the she wolf.
All right, Mel. What's the other one called? What a fucking mess I am.
This one I like too. You can get this one online as well.
I'd say I've got this thing. Hi, Lorraine. I've got this thing for vintage decks. I really have. It's the colouring.
There's actually you remember when Simon told you about that one JJ Swiss vintage edition that you can find online?
The one off my playing cards. Yeah.
Yeah, that same person also has a lot of these.
Oh, got ya. Okay, Mel. Fucking hell. Moonlit Hermit Tarot people.
Scroll up, put it on the screen. Put it on the screen. I want people to see her comment after we posted this. Scroll up, bitch. Moonlit Hermit Tarot. I love it.
Hold the fucking thing anywhere. Oh, that's gone now. I'll probably put it out with the fucking rubbish or something.
Mel, he's already binned it.
I have not. I was going to use that tomorrow. I'm going to have to find that now. Poppy must have had it. Right.
Oops.
The cat set it. Yeah, so like anyway, I'm kind of like, I don't know, my tastes are changing. I don't know what it is. Like I love, I'm just kind of like trying to get as many indie decks as I can. So when I die, Levi, I've got a few months left. I'll send them all over there. You know, so you can
Yay.
no mass market Mary.
I can believe it, Levi. Ha! Wouldn't be surprising he decided he doesn't want it anymore.
No, I only you know, I only picked up the cards and put them back in the box. I haven't even looked at them yet because I ain't had time because I had Laura's wedding and all sorts. I've been reviewing my balls off all week, and I've still I've still got more to do.
Still more balls to review off.
Yeah, and I've had actually right. I want to give a shout out to somebody. I haven't even told you about this, Levi, because I haven't had time. There's an absolutely beautiful lady, Mel. You got to see this beautiful lady called Caroline Carey, from the UK. She's a shaman.
In no way or shape related to the elusive Chanteuse Mariah Carey.
Not Mariah Carey's mother or relative, right? This is called the Middle Earth Medicine Oracle, and this is by the Caroline, and this is the guidebook for it, which I'm going to be reviewing on Friday.
Quite hefty.
This is an incredibly beautiful deck. And I will tell you something right now. This deck is gorgeous. Round cards, oracle cards, and they're all based on archetypes. All the cards, you can't see the titles properly because I've got my grubby fingers over. So you've got the I can't see because of my eyes. Something forest on there anyway.
Where are your fucking glasses, Martin? We all know that you're old. You don't have to hide.
Blind as fuck. Right, that one says the Untamed Forest. So
oh, it's really pretty.
and you've got Aspiring Elder, so all the cards are very kind of shamanic and
That looks really good, Martin.
it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And you know, for this deck and this guidebook, right? Shall I tell you how much this is for the set?
Tell me.
£33.
Oh, that's not a lot.
You can buy the deck alone for 22. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Caroline is incredibly gorgeous lady to speak with. I've had a couple of chats with her. I'm having a Zoom call with her tomorrow, and because I want to get this deck as perfectly, as I can. That's hunter gatherer, so it's very like kind of like kind of shamanic and witchy, and you've got like acceptance there as well.
Really cool.
And
really
I love round decks as a thespian.
It's very you.
It is very me. Have you got it, Mel? If not, you need it, love. Because Mel's a bit of an enabler, actually. So yeah, this is one, and it comes with this lovely little bag as well. And obviously, I'll give more details on my review.
We actually got a really interesting question come in by Coyote the Gray, and he asked, "Would you group the Itea deck in with this group of deck categories as well?" And I have a funny story about that, because I always kind of thought that it was a tarot deck, but funnily enough, in this book of tarot history, it is actually kind of placed more near the fortune teller Lenormand card decks, actually. So it's not listed as a tarot deck at all. Not at all. It's listed as its own thing, which I think is
just its own system, wasn't it?
Yeah. I love the way it looks. I never really was able to wrap my head around it, if I'm
No,
honest.
neither was I. I wasn't either. I actually haven't got mine anymore. I used to have a really old vintage copy.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to get that Low Scarabeo vintage reproduction, but I thought it was a bit overpriced. And then I was like, I'm not really going to use it anyway. So,
yeah, that's what I thought anyway. So, have you got any more decks to show?
Yes, because I'm going to plug this endlessly because I want this to get backed. my brother to brother Oracle coming to Kickstarter July 12th. It's not vintage at all, but still, it's. I like to think it's rather lovely. With
And
all
I
these.
think it's rather lovely, and it's European, and it's gorgeous. And if you click the link in Levi's bio on his Instagram, you will find the link to be notified when the deck goes live.
You know what? It is kind of akin to the decks we have been talking about, actually, because this is also very. It's very simple, yet it has layers to it, just like the Lenormand, just like the Kipper, just like the Sibylla, and it's very much geared towards real life and action in real life, and not
Yeah,
about
yeah.
all these esoterical high vibe questions. No, it's very much what do I need to do next?
Oh
And you'll
no,
get the
yeah.
answer.
There you go. Look, Jen, so excited for your deck, Levi.
And when that Kickstarter works out, this is coming. My tarot deck, and obviously this is an ultra glossy copy. The deck itself is not. The decks themselves aren't going to be like that, but I got these majors in this week, and
Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I love them.
I love it a lot. It's basically a best. It's kind of a best off of all the images that I've drawn up till now for the last 4 years. So.
Yeah, well, I want it as well. And
I
thank
was
you,
I was
Jen.
actually looking through these and I found this image and I thought, oh my God, I drew that for Bowie when he was born. And I put that in the Primordial Warrior Oracle. But he was born like he's 2 now, so
It's gorgeous. I can't wait, honestly. I really can't.
it's gonna be really dope.
See you soon, Alex. Thank you, Jen, for this gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous gift that come through the post. I am totally smitten with it. It's beautiful. So thank you.
If anybody ever wants to send me any gifts, I do great deck reviews as well.
She didn't send it me for a review, bitch.
Oh. Um
It's not Jen's deck, is it?
no, it's not. It's not. It's not. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, it's just
It's been
lovely.
so much fun. I love Daddy's cartomancy lessons. Let's do that more often, Martin.
Daddy, yeah, we will. We've got loads. The trouble is you kind of get lost in the week and you think you've got everything planned that you want to talk about. And with us, we just wing it though, don't we? Like an hour before. And it kind of works, doesn't it?
Well, we always used to like super prepare everything, but after a while, that got really tiring.
It did, yeah, yeah.
And
I
now we
just
kind
try
of
to
just
sort
have
of out.
we have these conversations during the week, and we kind of base our live around that.
Yeah, we do, and it's good, and anybody wants us to talk about anything, as I said, like please drop us a DM or something, or an email. And we'll do our best to do it because this is what it's all about, community spirit. And it,
Someone actually messaged me, Martin, and asked, "Where can I find all the episodes where you guys cover the majors?" And I was like, "Oh man, I never want to think about those again."
oh, do you know what? That was the most laborious fucking thing. The worst part of lockdown was that.
It made me hate the tarot, literally. It really did.
Oh, how people can do that, like, to this is where when it's just I just can't. The 22 fucking 21 weeks we did that fucking thing. It's a wonder we ain't got brain damage or something in it. It's just like fucking
You know what I just noticed? So I got this because I never had it, and I thought I would hate it, but I adore it. Actually, it's really good.
you've just reminded me something I'm kind of warming to is that one with the animal heads.
I still fucking hate that, and it never should have been made, and it's an abomination. However, you know what I've noticed? Why is that Hay House logo on the side of the box over here so big?
Oh God. Yeah.
Why? Why does it have to be on there so big? I don't get it.
Someone just stamped on the back. Jen, you're
Aw.
gorgeous anyway. You're just lovely. We love Jen. Actually, you know what? I don't know. I'm not gonna buy it, Sandra. Never, ever, ever. But I do kind of like some of the cards. But I can't be done with like a huge head and then skinny legs on a person. Do you know what I mean?
Oh man, I have so many opinions. Oh man, we need to. I want to say so many things right now, but I can't and I won't. But
We
honestly,
need we need to have a Patreon where it's all like after hours. You know,
yeah, like you guys, if you guys only knew what we discuss after hours,
yeah.
join our OnlyFans to find out.
Be on that hung. What was it called? Hung Brit lad. That.
Yeah. What about a new trend that has been popping back up recently? I know we have to round it off, but I want to ask you this. This new tarot trend where when you are a guy, it used to be very popular mid-lockdown and now it's coming back in. Where when you're a guy and you have to show your tits off to show that you're a valid tarot reader.
Oh
Why is
my
that?
God. When I saw Instagram this morning and I sent you that post as soon as I woke up and I thought, why are you doing that? Why are
You
you
ruined my fucking day.
put your fucking top back on, love? You know what I mean?
Some people are duller than dishwater and they have to resort to these tactics
Yeah,
to
yeah. You
engagement, I
know,
think.
I would never take. I mean, I know you all want to see it, but like, I mean, I would never take my top off on my Instagram. It's just gross. It's just why?
I
No.
mean, I'm not opposed to it, but
Yeah, well, it's just like, yeah, Miran, they are still doing it. I'll send you the post after, love. And I was quite surprised actually, who it was. I really was. Yeah.
well, it used to be this really skinny 12-year-old looking boy that used to do it, but he stopped, but now it's other people doing it.
Oh, the one who are blocked from Wales.
No, someone else, but after
Yeah,
hours talk.
yeah, 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 yeah. Right then, guys. I know you'd love to know who I'm on about, but we cannot spill the shit, bitches. Right now. Okay, then. Thank you so much. Sandra, I did get your comment. The parcel is probably that one, I hope. You're all lovely and we love you all so much and for supporting us and being there through the week. It does balance out all the cleavage and nails, you're right there. But thank you. We love you all so much, and we'll see you again very soon. Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Later.
Bye
Bye.
bye. And now it's the awkward 5